Hey everyone, Kris here for Thomann Guitars and Basses. We're at NAMM 24 and we're at the REVV booth with Dan, who's going to walk us through the new amps. They have two new amps as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, let's start with the big one.
This is a Generator 120, and so it's still an MK3, it's just a different revision. We've, become a 10-year-old company now, and I kind of wanted to revisit my roots, and so one day, just to, because I'm such a tweaker, I can't help but adjust these things all the time. I went back to the MK1 and I played it, and it just had a rawness about it that was much different than the MK3, which is a little more polished sounding, and I just wanted to reinvigorate that sort of idea I had way back when I first started the company and add that rawness back to the MK3. And so I went ahead and I started tweaking this head, and Revision B was born. Now it still features all of the, some of the things that the MK3 has always had, like a noise gate, reverb, 4 channels, stuff like that. None of that's really been changed. 2 notes still on board, load box and all that good stuff. But the sound is different. So now it's a little bit more raw. Sean Tubbs described it sort of like more airy.
Oh, wow.
Like there's a different top end to it and a mid presence that's a little bit different. And as a result of that, when you play it, it's more raw sounding. So it's not that it's more aggressive, and it is a little bit because of that, just like as a byproduct.
Okay.
But that new rawness just created a new beast and sort of went back to the beginnings of what the Generator, where it started.
Yeah.
So
this is an anniversary limited run, right?
it is, yes.
But will we see this kind of new voicing in the Generator series in any of them later on?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm so excited about this new sound that I'm probably never going to touch this amp again.
Wow.
So this will just be what it'll become.
Wow.
But certain features like the silver faceplate and stuff like that, some of those things are limited, and so get them while they last,
Nice.
essentially.
Wow. Okay. Looking forward to hearing this. This is the actual new amp, the G50, right?
This is a new one, absolutely. So I would almost consider this to be the middle child, because for the longest time it's been the Generator 120, and then we had the Generator 20, but we've never had anything in between. And so, people have asked, when is there going to be a 50-watt version? And I've always meant to do something about that. We've had the 740 for so long, right? But we've never had it really something that we've mass-produced in any way. And so we started considering, okay, maybe we need to have a platform that can support all of that and give people something that's in between, the middle child. And so the G50 was born. One of the things about the Generator 50 right off the top was just that I wanted to just make it a smaller 120, right? Because the Generator 120 had become such a well-known amp, popular amp, people really dug the tones. I didn't want to do anything really radical. And because I went and kind of tweaked the MK3 into a Revision B, it was easy just to take that new sound and then make it its own thing, right?
Oh, wow. So this is related to that new voicing of the new
It is.
120.
It is.
Wow.
It played a small role in the development of what the new 10th anniversary is as well. And so going back in between the two amps, because I was working at them relatively the same time, I came up with this new sound. And so I didn't want to skimp, I put it right into the 50. And the 50 also has a lot of the most of the features that the 120 does. The only thing that's really missing is the channel 4.
Okay.
Because it's a 3-channel amp. Otherwise it is just a mini 120. Right?
Does it have the purple channel or the red channel?
It's primarily the purple channel with a little bit of a tweak to kind of give it a fullness that,
Okay.
because the purple channel is really tight,
Yeah.
which is great. And so I wanted to give the channel 3 on the 50 a little bit more girth, I guess you could say, a bit of rumble. So when you press the fat switch, you get that added rumble. you kind of get the best of both worlds. One of the other differences is that channel 1 and channel 2 share a tone stack. It's a smaller platform, right? So I couldn't just cram in a full tone stack per channel. So they share the same tone stack in that regard, but I voice my amps in a way that will allow you to relatively keep the tone you want with one tone stack for 2 channels. So it worked out great, you know, and being an upgrade from the 740, you get things like dual masters, you get presence and depth, you get more level control per channel, and then obviously the great features that come with it, like a built-in gate and reverb.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then this amp also comes with a 6-button foot switch that allows you to save your presets like you can on the 120. So it is just a mini 120, but it comes out of the gate screaming with that rawness that I described about the 120.
And the 2 notes implementation is the same as stereo?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. So you get stereo, XLRs on the back. You can utilize it the same way as the 120. It has a built-in load, just like the 120, so you can turn off your speaker cab if you want. And a lot of people don't realize, but you can use both at the same time.
Oh yeah, true.
So when you set your load, you're not defeating one or the other. You are defeating the speaker if you engage it. But if you want, you can use your XLRs and your speaker cap at the same time, right? So lots of variables there and variation.
A lot of options.
A lot of options.
So cool to see. Dan, thanks so much for walking us over the new stuff. And yeah, looking forward to seeing them in the shop already. If you guys want to get even more info, you'll find links in the description below. Make sure to check that out. And if you have anything else in mind, the comment section is there for you. We'll come back to you and answer those questions. You guys take it easy. Thanks, Dan. Have a nice NAMM. Bye-bye.